Great, so this was the piece of the puzzle that I sketched out last time, and once it's sketched and it aligns with the other puzzle pieces, you can trace your sloppy copy onto new thicker paper using the late table. From there, you're ready to start mixing some colors of oil pastel and testing them out to see if you can match the tones, the values of those different colors on the card. We're going to talk through tints and shades and how they apply to this in just a moment. Okay, so have your card ready. I'm going to have just a scratch piece of paper. In fact, I can use the back of like any of these worksheets. So I'm going to flip this over in just a moment. Okay, and I pulled out some colors that I thought might be in here. Okay, so just through the look of it, I can tell that as I look at this, I have all lighter versions of some colors here. Okay, so it's like I have a little bit of white here. Okay, I've got a lighter value, so this kind of looks like a peach color. Peach is basically like orange and white mixed together, so that is a tint of a color. This here might be a little tricky to mix. It looks like it's a little bit of brown, a little bit of peach, and maybe a little bit of white. I'm gonna attempt to mix that together, so it's basically like, again, a tint of brownish peach-ish. And this is kind of more of the same. Okay, so this to me kind of has a brown undertone to it, but I want to test it out ahead of time. All right, there may also be a little bit of pink in there, so I don't know until I just kind of experiment and test these colors out. Okay, so just like in the video before, we did some base tones, some base values, right? So I pressed light, medium, and hard with my color. Same sort of thing applies for this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to test out, and I don't know if this will work or not. I've cleaned these off, so these should be good. I am going to try to do two different things here, I think. I am going to try and do sort of a light value of my pink here. Okay, I'm going to try and do as light as I can a light value of the brown. I'm going to do a light value of the brown and the pink. Okay, so I tried to keep those as light as even as possible. I'm gonna do, let me see, just a light peach. Okay, which again, this color is just really honestly orange and white mixed together. And then I think I'm gonna mix these two together as well. Okay, so we're going to see what I have over here. So basically, I'm just thinking through a couple different color combos. And then I think black will be too dark for this. That is I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. So check this out. I feel like for this background color here, that's a little bit dark. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to see how these look with white on top. I know that this is a tint of a color, so I just kind of want to see what these look like. And I'm going to blend half of this with the white. I'm going to blend the other half with this color. So I feel like it's very strong in this color. All right, this is looking pretty good. Okay, maybe it has like a little bit more brown in it. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So I'm adding a little bit of white here to see what it looks like, the brown and the white. Is this too dark? Oh, this is kind of interesting. It's almost looking like between this and this, right? All right, let's add the white on top. This is the brown and the pink mixed together. Adding white on top. So this looks like, it looks close, but it's missing that kind of peachy undertone. Let's try it here. Ah, that's looking pretty good. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, this is too peachy without the pink and the brown. If I add another layer of this, yep. If I press a little bit harder with this, this looks too peachy and not mixed. Okay, and then the last one, let me add another layer to this. And then let me add another layer to this. So I'm doing the peach on this. Okay. So I am kind of liking the way that this one looks here. Okay, so I think this was my pink, my brown, and my peach on top. Okay, so layer of light pink, plus brown, plus peach. All right, so this to me is kind of winner chicken dinner, okay, on the background color here. Okay, so I did 2 light layers of the light pink and the light brown. Okay, so now that I've figured that color out, I'm going to apply it to my piece here. Okay, now I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to waste time erasing the grid line. Obviously, I would do that before I got started, but I'm going to apply this mixed color here that I found to the background. Okay, now the key with this is because you're covering a large space, is I did an even blend of these 2 colors first. Okay, so I'm going to keep these layers very, very light. Okay, and then come back over top with that peach to blend them. Okay, so you all are going to do something similar on your own. Okay, so for each of the colors in this card, okay, and again, all I'm doing right now on my piece is I am just really light even layer, okay, using the oil pastel. And I'm only going to do 1 quadrant just in the interest of time on this video, okay? But what you're going to do is pick out each of the colors that you see in here, okay, and attempt to mix them using light undervalues ahead of time, okay? And try and mix them on another piece of paper before you apply them, okay? And when you do apply them, okay, I'm using my oil pastel. I'm trying to keep this tone as even as possible. I'm running out of time. Okay, so I'm trying to keep my pressure as even as possible. Okay, and this would go for the whole background. But I'm trying to keep it light, I'm trying to keep it even, because this impacts how the top harder pressure colors go, okay? So really super light. I know that the brown is very, very dark, so I am going to attempt to use it on its side. In fact, I'm gonna scribble it off. Okay, super duper light. Okay, so as light as pressure as I can. Again, even tone, yes? So,
good morning.
Hey.
Would you mind handing these out in homeroom? It's for the breakfast.
Sure.
Leadership breakfast.
Sure.
Okay.
And then as I continue,
Yes.
I'm making a video. You're in my video now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna continue this over. Yeah, I got it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Thanks. I'm gonna continue this color over, and I just want to keep it as light as possible because again, it is a very dark color. And then in just a moment, I'm gonna add that peach on top, and I want to share with you what that's going to look like, because I'm gonna add pretty hard pressure on it in just a moment. Okay, so what this is going to look like applied, all right, is this right here. Okay, so I've got my 2 light underlayers. I would do this over my whole background. And then I'm going to press pretty hard with this top layer. Okay, and this is going to lock this in. And you know what? This is actually looking pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Let's say I add this light color on top and it's maybe too light or too dark. I can then go and add another light layer of something on top of it and then blend it with this color again. So you can adjust it. You can adjust it after you add this top layer. Okay, so this is what I have. In fact, if this is even a little bit too dark for my taste, I could even try and add a smidge of white to it. I'm kind of liking the way that this looks, okay? But you saw me blend with 2 different values of these different oil pastel colors and then lock in with that other one, okay, to mix all of my colors for my puzzle piece.